Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're taking a look at the first 2 days of the first two fights of the last day of Genesis War for us. We are currently into the winner's ring of this event. It is now the four of us, ARC or ARC, MEUR or Muir, and then OLT coming out of the northwest there. And I believe that you'll enjoy this as much as we do. I've got the tunes running in the background. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can see us building up. You'll see some of the fights for zombies. And we're going to talk a little bit about strategy. Now, as first you'll notice here, we are currently in a race. We could be rallying these towers for a little bit less losses, but we want to get up and situate it as fast as possible. So we're all going to be swarming these towers as quick as we can to get them knocked down and rebuilding, so that we have the capability of getting up front fast and having those troops placed. Now, what you'll notice is that they have this one guy who keeps bothering us. His name is It's Me Luigi. Little bit of a toxic man. This guy just sitting there trying to hit farms or, poke from a distance, which is fine. It's part of the game, but it's really kind of annoying. Either way, you see us swarm that tower, take it down, and we're moving on to the next one. Now, this whole premise is, like I said, is to get out as fast as possible so that A, we can help our allies, B, move our troops up front, and C, harass our enemies. Now, in this situation, we tried to get an alliance with ARC first because we've got some history with them. We've got some players who know them fairly well, and we wanted to obviously give them the chance first, but they had allied with Muir at the beginning, so it was basically up to us and OLT to go ahead and take the win. And I'm hoping you'll see through our tenacity and overall participation in our numbers that it becomes insurmountable who ends up taking the win by the end of this one. But it's a lot of fun. It was a really good GW. We don't normally play GW because of the restrictive time zones. But because our AR didn't go as we wanted, we decided to play GW instead and had a pretty good performance. So I'm really happy with it. Everyone out of GROP did fantastic. Really big shout out to all my guys and girls. I'm really glad we've got a team that we do. They really know how to show up when it matters. Now, other than that, you can see us swarming these towers, prepping for them. Of course, this one individual, It's Me Luigi, was really kind of just looking for the easiest pokes he could get. And of course, I'm just trying to keep us focused. I think the toughest part about these things is when you have target or enemy targets, you want to kind of break from the group and go attack them. My best advice, stay with the group. If they're dumb enough to attack the group, then they're dumb enough to get turned on by the entire group. And if you get peeled away, well, then you have more of a risk of being, in trouble and having less people be able to help you. Then that end up kind of happening a little bit here as we have some people in the south that ended up getting picked off and we weren't able to respond and helping. But it's, in my opinion, it's because they moved away from the group. If you don't move away from the group, if you stay within the group, you're pretty safe. The moment you start moving away is the moment we start having some issues. Now we're just waiting for these towers to build. Once it builds, we're going to take the next one down and have our troops placed. And while we just build troops and stuff like this, while we just build towers, we're just going to crank down here and enjoy the music. And like I said, I'll come back to talk some strategy once we see some more progress.
I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away.
So this is where we started to notice that our opponents were moving into our allies area. And we needed to address that because, truth be told, if we don't help our allies, then they're going to be kind of restricted when it comes to zombie time. So we wanted to give them the best offer that we can. So we start to move close, get our marches out, and start moving up to help our allies. Mark a space, get everyone to help out with, get everyone to send marches so we can help out and move as a group so no one gets picked off or runs the risk of getting hit solo. And in the waiting process, we end up triggering the opponent, so they end up turning on us as well, which is perfect because it's a distraction away from the opponent or our allies, which gives them time to build up. and obviously gives them time to get their big hitters on as well. So we start to meet up here, prepare to attack the enemies. They see what we're doing. They see and start to mobilize on us. And as you'll see, they're going to start to move into our area here. So I start to move in. We'd play a little bit back and forth, sizing each other up. And then the anarchy hits.
To see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away. To see you again, see you again.
So strategically, we bring the fight closer to our area here as they start to move in, which is better for us because it gives us shorter response times. And as you can see, we just keep sending the squads. I mean, at the end of the day, a fight is a fight. That's what troops are made for. You send the squads. Your healer, your hospital is going to be able to hold it. You heal in chunks, right? Make sure that you got healers and make sure that you're, always being active and getting back in the fight. The more troops you have, obviously, the better it is. And obviously look at building those up, but you just got to be smart. Don't really fight over your hospital. Don't really fight over your aid station too much. Be smart with it, and you should have no problems, maintaining troops. So once this fight here starts to break down, we have the capability of kind of taking a breath and preparing for the first zombies, which is going to appear in about 2-hour game time as we sit and prepare for it. Now, in that process, our allies are building out. They end up getting their big hitters online, so they're able to push out a little bit more as well and give them a little bit more of that territory and positioning, which is kind of what we all need. Now, if you'll notice here, we notice a couple of things here. One of these players named HNB Junior, so obviously Junior from the HNB team, was out there and he was doing something strategically with his bots that we're going to take a look at. And I mean, what I mean by bots, obviously, I mean the auto gatherer Isabel, the one that you can buy from the elite survivors or the ace survivors, Isabel, which in my opinion, she's probably the only one that you would actually want to purchase. So that would be the only one I would suggest actually purchasing. Clear out some rewards there. Look at the shelter. Notice that they're doing really well. We're still an hour and a half now from products. But as you can see here, what he's done is he's basically got Isabel sending only 10 troops at a time to a march or to a zone. So they're going to go there, they're going to collect, and they're going to come back almost instantly. And you're only risking 10 cars at a time. So even if someone sits there and kills your cars, it's going to take a heck of a long time to fill them up, but you're always going to be consistently farming small amounts. So it's not a bad idea. And especially if you have the auto farmers already, it makes sense. It's actually pretty intelligent in my books. I'm going to start doing that, I think, in these types of events. Once I start to bring my alternate account in there, that is. I don't know how these guys play multiple accounts. I play one and I struggle, let alone 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 17 like Panda. Jesus. But as you can see, what's happening here is that they're all collecting 10 troops worth of stuff and coming back. But because he's got it's instantly it's going to be auto gathering for 8 hours or 24 hours or whatever it is. That is a consistent addition to it, which is kind of a smart tactic. Now, we start to meet up for 3:45. We always set about 15 minutes ahead of time so we can start to meet up. This does 2 things. It obviously gives field control, starts, the potential for engagement so you can control the field. You can see who's all showing up there. And the more people you have earlier, the more intimidating it is for the other alliances. If you show up there with 10, 15 people online, all with 5 marches, I mean, you're looking at 50, 60 squads, 50 to 75 squads. That's a lot for most people to deal with. And it can get quite intimidating. So we meet up early. We send the squads early, and we start to look at who's actually showing up and start imposing our will, if you will. And if you didn't know, the zombies will first spawn north and south of the first zombie time, they'll spawn north and south of the science hub. The second time, they'll spawn east and west of the science hub for the commanders, which is the most points. So just keep that in mind. Here we're prepping for the south zombie so that we can get that south commander first. And then obviously the other zombies. If we have to fight people off from ARC or from Muir, we will. And that obviously just comes with seeing what their numbers are. But as you can see, our numbers are pretty active and overwhelming. Even when they do send 2 or 3 people there to try to snag some of those zombies from us, it's just not enough. So this is kind of where we get to see a little bit of fun in these next little 2 fights for zombies. So I hope you guys enjoy. And if you haven't yet, click like, click comment, click subscribe, fill out the notification bell, and click the join button as well. I know it's a little bit to do, but if you can, it goes a long way to help support the channel and help the algorithm as well. So if you can do those things for me, that would be greatly appreciated. And obviously, if you can click the join button and become a member, it greatly supports the stream. It's only $6.99 Canadian, but at the end of the day, with our current exchange rate, it's pretty pittance for Americans, but that absolutely goes a long way. IGG doesn't pay anything. YouTube doesn't pay very much, so any support we can get is great. So if you haven't already, click like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the rest of this. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I'd love to say thanks so much for stopping in. If you liked what you saw, please again hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, fill out that notification bell so you get any new notifications when we drop new videos. And if you can, click that support button, click that join button, become a member today. It's only $5 American a month, and it really goes a long way to helping support the channel. Unfortunately, IGG doesn't pay its content creators anything at all, and YouTube doesn't pay very much, so any support we can get from the community is great, and it really goes a long way to making sure that we can stay thriving, stay growing, and grow the channel out like we need to. So please, if you can, like, comment, subscribe, become a member. Other than that, love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.